Hi viewers, welcome to Beginners Tech Road. In this video, I am going to explain about operators and if statements. We are talking about C# language, but every programming language will be having a same concepts, more or less syntactically also it will be a same, implementation also it will be a same. If there is some, it's going to be a syntax, the keywords will be different, but the concept, it's a everything will be same. So now we are going to talk about this more details about the arithmetic operators. What are the various arithmetic operators we have? Suppose if we assume A value is 10 and B value is 20. So you will see how this example. See the operator plus. So it adds the two operands. Okay, when you use a operator plus, it adds the two values. So example A plus B, the result will be 30 because as we assumed A value is 10 and B value is 20, A plus B is nothing but 10 plus 20 equal to 30. Similar way, minus is a subtraction. A minus B equal to, here A value is 10, B value is 20. So 10 minus 20 will become minus 10. Suppose B minus A, if you take a B minus A, then what happens? B is a 20, A is a 10, so 20 minus 10 equal to 10. So the value will become 10. Okay. Similar way, multiply for star asterisk is for a multiply and slash is for a dividing. All this we know mathematical expressions. So dividing and percentage. So this is a modulus operator. So this you want to understand. So this is a divide operator. This is a modulus operator. So what is the difference between division and modulus? So division is nothing but it gives the value. Okay, it's nothing but a quotient. When you do a division, it gives a value of the quotient. Modulus means it gives a value of the remainder. So that is the difference. Slash divide, percentage modulus, the difference is that one. So example, if you take example, so B by A is nothing but B is 20, A is 10, so 20 by 10 is nothing but 2. Here B percent A, same if you use, what happening? Because the quotient remainder is 0 here, that 10 divides 20 without leaving any remainder. So that remainder is 0. Example, if you take some example, 13 by 2. What is the value? 13 by 2, if you say 6 is the value. Because it divides and it gives the thing. Even you will get like a full with a decimal also. Based on the data type you have taken, if it is an integer, it will give you 6. If it is a decimal, it will give like a 6.5, whatever it gives. Okay. But example, if you use modulus 13% 2, then what is this? Remainder is nothing but it divides with 6 so that the remainder is 1. So you will get a answer 1. So this is about the modulus. Then there is another increment. It is a plus plus. It nothing but it increases 1. Plus nothing but whatever the value you are going, all these numerical operators you are going to use for a numericals. So plus in the sense it increase one value. So example, A plus plus means A we have a value 10. Plus means the value will become 11. Similar way, minus decrement. A minus A value is 10. So minus means the value will become 9. So the operators. So we already used a equal. So that is the a known assignment operator. Then even we have a many assignment operators. So here as an example to understand, C equal to A plus B, it means 10 plus 20 it will add, the value will become 30, the 30 will be assigned to variable C, like that. C equal to A plus B means A plus B value will be assigned to C. Similar way, plus C equal to, what it means? It means it increments the, it's like it adds the right side value. Whatever the value you are giving, it adds the right side value to the left side. So example, C plus C equal to A. So when you have assigned like this, C plus C equal to A, what it means? That is nothing but C equal to C plus A. So instead of writing C equal to C plus A, it's a simple to write C plus C equal to A. This is the one of the assignment operator available in a C# language. Okay, so it's nothing but if the first one, left side, whatever the variable we are using to assign, the right side in a expression, if it is a first same variable if you are using, so as a C equal to C plus A. So in these scenarios, instead of repeating this, simply this plus we can move to here like a C plus C equal to A. So that will become C equal to C plus A. Okay, so that way it will come. Example, and the top example, C value, what we have, A plus B, 10 plus 20, 30. So in a C, we have 30, the value is 30. So now C plus C equal to A in the sense, C equal to C plus A. It's nothing but C value we have 30 and A value is 10. So 30 plus 10, 40. So in a C, it will assign value will be 40. So like that. Similar way, minus. C minus equal to A is nothing but C equal to C minus A. See, everyone knows how to write this. C equal to C minus A, we know. But C# language giving you for a simple writing a code for easy to write the code to reduce the little length of the code and even the powerful assignment it does. The value it calculates faster and it assigns. So that is the best performance way to C# language provided these additional operators, plus equal to, minus equal to. Same way, whatever the arithmetic operators we have learnt above, same way you can use for minus equal to, multiplication equal to, division equal to, okay, modulus equal to, same. Okay, so this is about the assignment operators. The next one is relational operators. Okay, as we discussed earlier, relational operators to do some comparison. Okay, so now this is the most important for a decision making. So here double equal to, so need to understand the difference. For assignment, single equal to we have using. For a comparison relational operator, we are using a double equal. So that need to remember. Okay, instead of putting a double equal, if you put a single equal, you will get error while comparing. While assigning, instead of putting a single equal, if you put a double equal, you will get error because assignment operator is a single equal, relational operator is a double equal. Most people will be missing while initial practicing. So that you can remember this so that in your practice you can avoid the mistake so that you can learn and remember yourself so that in future you will be doing good. Similar way, not equal to. So this is a to compare two values and to decide whether the two values are same or not. So the double equal is to compare two values. So example, if you compare like this, A double equal to B, what is the result? The expression, the condition result, it's not true because A value is 10, B value is 20, both are not same. So the expression will give you a Boolean result. See, always the relational operator, whatever you use, that expression, that conditions always will return you a Boolean value. We know that one of the data type Boolean earlier we discussed. So it always gives you relational operator wherever you use, it always gives you that Boolean value. So A equal to B is not true. It's nothing but the result is false. Similar way, not equal to. So that is nothing but it compares whether both the values are not same. So now this example, A not equal to B, when you write condition like this, A not equal to B, the result will be true because A value is 10, B value is 20, both are not same. So it is true now. The result will be true, not equal to when you use. Similar way, you know very well, greater than, less than. Greater than is nothing but the left side value is higher than, greater than the right side value. If that expression is true, the result will get true. If the expression is or condition, expression or condition, whatever you call it. So that will give you, okay, in this logical, it's going to be like a condition. In the condition, while writing a condition, you can have a big expressions, but finally the altogether when it gives you as a condition, that condition is going to be here, A greater than B is nothing but not true because 10 greater than 20 is false, so that the result will be false. Like that, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, same. All this is very well we know. So just you can understand simple, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So like this, all these relational operators you can use in your programming. As I mentioned, these are the to do some conditional checking, some decision making, we can use these operators. Now, the logical operators. What are these logical operators? Here itself, for logics to check a conditions, we are using this operator. Then what are these specifically? If you come to this, if you want to combine various conditions, here you have only A greater than equal to B. You want to check one more, A greater than equal to B and something or something like that. Many you want to check combining. These logical operators will help to combine. Okay, even when you use logical operator also, the final result will be true or false only because the relation and logical are the conditions. So the output will be a Boolean type. So how you can use that? And so here 2 ampersand ampersand. So 2 if you use, it is a AND operator. So what it does, both the values left and right. Example, A is a Boolean value true and B is a Boolean value false. So A and B, okay, it result as a false. I will give you in a bottom in a more detailed way for you to understand also. Okay, in this place, instead of a you can have any condition using these relational operators like A equal to B, like that also you can use. That we will come to in a programming examples, I will explain. So this is about and or not. And is like a both. Example here I am giving true and true. This condition, first condition, second condition. If both are true, then only the result will be true. Example, first is true, second is false, result is false. Even first false, second true, result false is nothing but AND operator. When you use a logical AND operator, we are saying AND, we will call it as an AND operator. This OR operator, this is a NOT operator. But symbols to use, ampersand 2 times is for AND, pipe 2 times is for the OR, NOT 1 time is for a NOT. Then here how the expression evaluates, for better understanding I am going to give here. Both the values are true, both the values or expressions results true, then only using a AND operator the result will be true, otherwise it is a false. So that is the reason I am giving true and true is true, true and false, false, false and true also false. Okay, so this is about to understand AND logical operator. Similar way OR, if you see OR, true or true, true, true or false, true, is nothing but any one is true, then it is true in a OR operator. So Even one more example, if you take true, true, we already have. Similar way, false, false. If you take false, false, then both are false. So the result also false. Okay. Similar way, false, true, if you take also for OR operator, it is true only because any one, if it is a true, it is a true in a OR operator. If both are false, then only it is a false. So that is about this operator. Even for you to understand, so false, false. So in this case only this will become false. Okay, and even here, if I want to give one example, false and false. So this is the thing. If both false, false, the expression, so then this also false. Okay, so these are the example of the AND operator and OR operator. Similar way, not. Not is just a reverse. Example, not true means false. Not false means true. It's opposite, that's all. If you use a not, it's going to be a opposite. Next, we will discuss about conditions and various if statements. If you see example, various logic conditions as we discussed above, A less than B nothing but this is for less than or equal to nothing but for less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, like this various logical conditions are there as we discussed above. So how we can use these conditions to make some decisions? Okay, so here we have the in a C# or any programming language will be having this conditional statements. Okay, we'll call it as a if statements. So we in C# language we have a usage of if statement in the way like if, else, else if, like this we have thing. And also one more we have switch statement. So this if, else, else if or switch statement we can use to do this conditional decisions. Based on decisions we can do some functionality or some process. Okay, so how it will be the if statement, how we can write, how the syntax will be. So we will just see it's a very simple if condition if you take. So this is a simple implementation of the if condition syntax. So if in a parenthesis inside you need to write a condition. So it is nothing but a condition as we explained earlier. You can use the conditions as a single one condition or multiple condition by combining with the logical operators. You can write whatever the complex simple condition or complex condition, anything you can write. If that condition finally evaluates true, then inside these braces, whatever the code you have written, that will be executed. So this is about the if statement, the syntax of the if statement. So if this condition is false, then it won't execute whatever the code you have written inside the braces. Okay, it will skip that because the condition not satisfied. So it skips. So this is about the if statement. Next, one more I said, if else is there. So what is that? Suppose if condition true, then we have written a sum in this block, whatever the code you write, that will be executed. Suppose if the condition is false, if you want to do some different code to be executed, so then how you can do? Like both true one process, false another process. Together if you want to do in your programming, then how you can do? For that you can use a else. Okay. Okay, so in this if example, I just whatever I explained, I will show you here a simple thing. So result default if you assign a blank and if 20 greater than 18, the result will be assigned 20 is greater than 18. So in this case, if you see 20 greater than 18, it is a true, right? So that the result will be assigned. Okay. Similar way, another we can write in the even with the variables also. Here we checked with the constants. Even we can check with the variables. X equal to 20, Y equal to 18. Same, instead of checking as a constant, we assign to a variable, and you can check like this also. X greater than Y. Yes, it is true. So that in the result it will assign X is greater than Y. So this is about the simple examples of the if condition. Now we will see the same in a programming also, how it will give the results. Now else statement, whatever I mentioned, how we will get if something expression, the condition, evaluation, total expression, if it is a false, if you want to do some code execution, if you want to make some execution. So this is the syntax. Simple. We know up to here earlier. Now just one more, you need to add else keyword and then braces, whatever the code you write it. So if the condition is true, this code will be executed. If the condition is false, instead of this code, whatever the code written in a else block, we will call it as a whatever the within the braces, whatever we are keeping, we will call it as a block. So in the else block, code will be executed. So true, if block code will be executed, false, else block code will be executed. So for this example, if you see same how it will be. See example, same again, I taken a string result variable and assigned as a blank, and time variable int time variable 20, and now I am doing a decision. See all these whatever we discussed earlier, the relational operators. So this is where going to help. See if time less than 17. So in this variable 20 is there. So time less than 17. So if the time less than 17, the result will be assigned good day. Else good evening. So that is what, this is the simple example. So in this example, if you see what will be the value stored in a result, the value is 20. So 20 less than 17, it is a false. So that it will go to here. So the result will be good evening. Okay. So this is about this example with the else. Next, one more, multiple conditions if you want to check. Okay. So you can do like if one condition, whatever satisfies, you want to do something. Else if one more condition, you want to check one more condition, if that satisfies, you want to do something. One more, else if that satisfied, you want to do something. If finally no statement satisfied, no if statement satisfied, finally else, you can keep. So that way structure, you can use a else if to do a multiple conditions. So example, it's a simple, we know earlier this if implementation and else implementation we know. Now in between we are going to introduce a else if block. So else one space if and then conditions. So this is the one more block. If you want, you can introduce in between if and else, you can introduce multiple else if. You can use n number of multiple else ifs, you can use it. Okay. There will be a depth, how many else if conditions will be there. Okay, for some programming language. So based on that depth, it allows how many you can use it. So this is about the if, else if, else. So as I mentioned, here you can add one more else if like that below. Okay. That way you can use it. Always the else will be at the end. After else, you cannot use else if. If you use, see, it's a wrong, right? Why? Because the first condition fails, immediately it will go to else. Then where it will come to the next condition, it won't come. So that is the reason always the else will be at the end. If will be the first, else will be the end. In between, you can have multiple else if blocks. Okay, so if this condition is true, then these blocks will be executed. If the first condition is false, then only it will come to the second condition. If this condition true, this will be executed. Even this second condition also false, then this else block will be executed. If you introduce third condition, then after checking first condition false, then it will check a second condition. If that also false, then it will check a third condition. If that is true, the third block will be executed. If that also false, it will go to the else. So this is about the various way of syntax of if, else statements. So this is about the if conditions where we can make a decision making. Okay. Similar way, now using a else if, the example if you see, same time and 22 we assigned, now time less than 10 and then additional condition else if time less than 20, else, like this 3 blocks we have. So time less than 10. So as per this program, usually if the first condition satisfies, this will be executed. If the first condition not satisfied, this will be checked. If this is satisfied, this will be executed. If this also not satisfied, this will be executed. Now we will look at this example. So 22 is the value. So 22 less than 10. So it is a false. So now it will come to here. Now what is there? 22 here. 22 and less than 20. Even this also false. So it will come to else. So here also we will get the good evening. Okay, just for your understanding. Okay, so now I am going to execute and directly I will show you the result. I will explain about the results. See now, from top we will come. So as we discussed, the first result will be as it is satisfied. So 20 is greater than 18. It's printed on the screen. Now here also it is satisfied. So X is greater than Y is printed on the screen. Okay. And then the one more, this condition whatever. So 20 is less than 17 is a false. So that the result value is assigned with a good evening and that only is printed on the screen. So good evening. So this is about these examples. And then, sorry, 2 examples. Here the last one, the console, I didn't write, so that I will write this output also, so that 2 times it will give a good evening. See, the last 2 times we got a good evening. So this is about these examples, whatever we have discussed. Okay. And here, if you see the examples, whatever I have written there, okay, multiple examples I copied here from our discussion. I copied all multiple programs together here. So, but everywhere, if you see here, I commented this. Here also I commented. And here I removed here int was there. See, like this, it was there. I removed the int. So why I did all these things? If you look at here, what it's showing, a local variable or function name time is already defined in the scope. See, in this block, in this main method, whatever the code we have written, so this is the main method code. Okay, it is in a main method block. So in a scope, in this method, whatever we have written, in this scope, we cannot declare multiple times the same variable name. So that is the reason here in this example, here already I have defined int time equal to 20. So here again, if you write a int time equal to 22, then it will give you the error because already you have defined in a same scope, so that it won't allow to define multiple times. So that is the reason. Instead of defining, I just removed that. So what will happen? It just assigning, that's all. It is using the same variable. Instead of a 20, now I am assigning a value 22. So that is the reason why I removed this int here. Okay. So this is about this program. Okay. And then here also the reason why totally string definition itself I removed, as here I declared and assigned, both I have done together. Okay. So anyhow it is there. So I am not using once again this. So instead of totally commenting, even you can use like this, result blank one more time. But anyhow, as I am overwriting with these conditions, so that it is coming. Suppose if I put here, instead of a greater than, less than, then the result will be blank. Instead of a greater than, if I put a less than, here the result will be blank, because the default value we assigned here blank, so that this will be blank. See, just for you to understand, I'm going to check and show you how the reassign and how the less than will be working. See, only we got the first one, 20 is greater than 18. Second is a blank, because x less than y is a false, so that it is a blank. Suppose now here, if we want to make use of else. Okay, so else. Now result I can assign opposite I am writing here. X is greater than y. Okay. Here this I will just change. Here x is less than y and x is greater than y. So now it will come as a value, because as we introduce a else statement, now instead of a blank, the earlier we received 20 is greater than 18 and blank. Now if I re-execute it, we will get x is greater than y. See, now we got x is greater than y. So this is about if else. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel for more videos.